So that was a comic book, and I don't know if this comic was, because remember, I don't pay for, I don't keep up with like that current era comic books because I'm not funding either Marvel or DC. They deserve a fate in getting ran because they're running themselves into the ground. They certainly don't deserve my money, and they will not be getting it until actually ever. But, you know, to give some sort of leeway, if somehow the assets of Marvel and DC are sold off and purchased by someone that gave a damn that's not tied to some mega corporation, we reconsider. That's not going to happen anytime soon. So these companies deserve to die. But so with that being said, I'm not as tapped in. I don't know if The Night is a DC, like one of those Black Label kind of universe kind of shits. It sounds like it is. But it has this panel, which basically alludes to Bruce Wayne being gay or bisexual is what they'll call it. I got news for you. That means you're gay. Either way, it's like a weird panel, and I'm going to show you guys the panel here in a little bit. You'll get where people are coming from when they say that. I always knew that they were going to, in some way, come for Bruce Wayne. He's too liked by their political enemies. This is why they did what they did with Superman. Though it's not Clark Kent, you know, you make his son be of whatever ilk. Like, this is how they operate. This is what they do. So they want gay versions of characters that you know, because they're petty like that. They're spiteful like that. And also a lot of these are just random ass, odd looking leftists that are obsessed with their social political views. The book is Batman: The Dark Knight, and this is as covered here. DC Comics has dropped a major hint that Batman might be bisexual. And then they brag about Batman's being a pretty inclusive a circle. You know that Tim Drake's now gay. They talk about Ghostmaker, who is bisexual, who is a longtime friend or early friend of Bruce Wayne. Harley Quinn's now bisexual. You know, they talk about all of this shit, which is all this is true. I'm not going to give you the premise because that's not what we're talking about. But long story short, this character is a character that people are alluding to be in Ghost. They don't know that. They haven't confirmed yet, but people think that he's going to be Ghostmaker or whatever. And here's the panel right here. So in this panel, you can see like these guys are talking or whatever it is. And this is the guy right here to the left is Bruce Wayne. And they have this like moment, gay ass moment, right? Where he says like, oh, I thought I was going to be alone, blah, blah, blah. And like it says, he says Anton responds by calling him amazing and admits he thought I was alone in this world. As the pair look into each other's eyes, it appears they might kiss, but then they're interrupted. And he says that, am I interrupting anything? Like, this is gay as shit. That's all that it is. It's gay. It's like, you know, it's uber gay. And that's all that it is. Like, you look how he got these like, they got these eyes, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's so romantic. It's fucking gay is what it is. And yeah, that's what it is. And, you know, this shit is gay. And then Bruce, you know, you can imagine being a straight man and some dude looking at you like that. I'm gonna be like, dog, what the fuck? You don't get the fuck out of my face. It's gay. And it's their way of saying, well, we're not going to have them have a homosexual kiss or anything. But, you know, you could connect the dots here. This shit's gay. And they're having random Twitter users. You can see a bigger version of the post right here. Like he says, but you. And he's like, gentlemen, am I interrupting things? And you got these guys, you know, first button out, you know, tie around there, loose tie and shit. as they look into each other's eyes. Like, it ain't no fucking man, like in your face like that, and y'all looking at each other like that. That's I don't care how close of a friend, you know what I'm saying? How close of a friend you are, y'all ain't fucking doing that shit. It's gay. Let's just call it what it is. What it is. It's gay. They'll probably use, if it is a DC, like one of the black label. I don't know if are they still even doing black label shit, but you know, it's like the adults oriented DC shit. And then they'll just say, "Oh, it's a different universe. This version is like." Look, I don't know what it's gonna take for you guys to understand. The companies that you guys once loved is no more. They don't exist. It has been successfully infiltrated by social justice advocates who do not care about honoring these characters, and they don't care about you as a customer. In fact, if they would have it, they wouldn't have you as one. The writers, I'm not talking about the business owners, board members and shit. I'm talking about the writers. If it were up to them, it's the old Kelly Sue. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. If it were up to them, even though they don't make the business decisions, if it were up to them, they wouldn't have you. They do shit out of spite. They don't like you. They don't like the fact that you've liked these characters, and they now having control of them would want nothing more than to piss you off. And yeah, I get it. It can make you feel some kind of way when you have had the experience of growing up and watching these characters in various adaptations and growing to know them. But what you need to accept is that shit in those day and ages are done. They're gone. Forget about it. Let it go. Let the company die. It deserves it. Put it out of its misery. Get control of your addiction. Stop thinking that you can change this shit. You can't. Stop making concessions. Well, I'll go watch this movie. Stop. Because in one way or another, you end up funding more of this shit. Let it go. Just let it go. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.